Welcome back to Casio-Toyota. I am Doc, and this is the channel where we explore products and life hacks that help you achieve luxury living while keeping it frugal. In the last episode, we talked about when you almost need Starlink. And for this, we set up a Cudy LT400 outdoor SIM-based router. And you will be glad to know that I did refine my installation, and it did rain last night and it worked flawlessly. Okay, so I pay $50, I get a SIM card, I find my good spot when I'm roughing it, and I have internet access. But wait, what if I have nowhere to get electricity for that? And I don't have solar power like I have here. What do I do then? Well, it can get really expensive really fast to power up this unit. So I was thinking, is there a way that we can use just a regular power bank and get that unit going? Now, this is going to be a little tricky because that is a 24-volt unit. So let's explore a cheap solution. So guys, this is my thought train. We have to find an off-the-rack solution to power the LT400's 24-volt half-an-amp power supply with a USB-C power bank. This has to beat, price-wise, by quite a margin, any self-contained 220-volt AC from battery product. Now, slight caveat, this solution requires a kind of up-to-date power bank that has USB-C, and that USB-C has at least the PD standard, meaning that you can output 12 volts from it, or it has the potential to do so. So this solution is based on that. So that's the first thing you should check out, that you do have one of these PD-enabled USB-C power banks. So if you have one of those, then I think the cheapest way to get around this is getting one of these rather low wattage inverters that are available everywhere for about 30 or 40 bucks. Now, these are designed to go from your car, which is 12 volts as well, and generate an output or invert it to 230, 220, 120, or 100, depending on where you are geographically in the world. So that should be enough, more than enough, if you have enough wattage coming from your power bank to power up your Cudy M300 wallwart. But how do we get from USB-C to this thing? And I think the cheapest way, and not necessarily the better looking way, is by getting one of these cables. Now, these guys, what is it? It is a USB-C on the one side and a regular plug on the other hand. On the other side, I'm sorry. Important. This is a 12-volt enabled USB-C. What does that mean? It has a chip inside here that will tell, in this case, the power bank, that it is 12-volt enabled, and it will deliver a 12-volt current to here. Now, this one in particular cost about $8, and it came with this, which is incredibly handy. So what this allows is for you to connect either bare cables or some sort of spade, and you'll see how useful this is when we try to not have cut these. I mean, you could potentially just cut these and sort of stick them in there, and that would be fine as well. Because I don't particularly like to cut into cables, we will use this guy. This is another like maybe $6 or $7. And what this allows is for us to clip on to the side so that we can potentially use this as well in the car for something else. Let's put this guy here. And on this side, we will connect, being very careful that we do get the polarity correct, sort of the positive and negative from this side to here. So this is the negative that goes on this side there, and this one's actually ready to just give it a twist. And the same thing here. Stick this guy in on that side, and we give this guy a twist. Okay, so not exactly kosher, but we don't have to cut anything open, and I think it is, well, safe enough. Okay, this is the moment of truth. We have our cable running into the inverter. We have our charged power bank. We will connect now that power bank. Make sure it's on. There it's on. We will plug the Cudy LT400 and we will turn this on. I can hear the fan already running. Light indicator is on. So that's a good sign. And we will come around and I'll show you something that I didn't show you yesterday about the Cudy. The Cudy actually does have a few lights, a few indicator lights, and you can see there that it is actually powering up. So I feel confident that this will work. I will again show one small thing that I just thought of as I was getting here. It is important to note that you need to have something that is at least 12 watts to be able to properly power that thing. And I would say a bit more. The efficiency of that I don't expect to be great. If you kind of put this through a calculator, or you just do it through one of the AI models and ask, how long will this actually work as it stands? If we actually do consume those 12 watts, and this was a perfectly efficient system, it would be around 9 hours. If you have a full load on a 30,000 milliamp pack like this one. Now, this is not going to be perfectly efficient. And the other thing is, I don't think you are at full load all the time. I don't think you are consuming those 12 watts from the Cudy. So, give or take, I would confidently say that you could probably run this for 6 hours on a 30,000 milliamp power pack. But what we will do, and I don't think I'll be able to do it now, I may do an update later and tell you what is the actual performance on one of these power banks. But, you know, consider it kind of almost a full day of work that you'll be able to get from one of these. Very close to it. Anyway, so there we are. We have, for, if you don't consider the price of the power bank, if you just consider the cables and you consider the Cudy, you have a solution that is under $100 and or around $100, and it's fully portable and that you can take around, create a hotspot. I think it is just great. So anyway, thank you for watching. So it's the next day. I'm editing the video right now, and I'm very happy to say that the 30,000 milliamp power bank that was not fully charged was able to get a little over 9 hours. That is just astonishing, I think. So The thing is that 12-watt power supply obviously is not consuming those 12 watts all the time. And I'm sure that your mileage may vary depending on how much internet traffic you actually have. But yesterday I set this up at about a little before 4 p.m. and the last time the unit was on, I just left it running, was a little past 1 in the morning. At least that was the last message that appeared on my WhatsApp. So there you have it.